What's she doing?
Are you videoing?
Maybe.
Uh-oh. What's that mean? Oh. It was?
Yeah.
Well, since you're in here, let's just tell them what we're having for lunch. This is for y'all. Actually, I am going to have a few apples. So this is just, I'm just stir frying a few apples and cinnamon. Might drizzle a small amount of honey on them. The kids are having a grilled cheese because they're kids. They're teenagers and they don't have any weight to lose. Oh, you can't even see me. Is that better?
Yeah.
But let me show you what I'm having. So I am on healthy eating day number 3. And I'm determined this time, guys. I'm not quitting. And a lot of you said you're doing it with me. I'm so excited because there's so much more fun and accountability when you do it together. But I want to show you what I'm having for lunch since Lane brought you in here anyway. This is called egg roll in a bowl. It's really good. It's healthy. It's low carb. So it fits a lot of different eating plans no matter what you're doing. Google a recipe for it. I don't have like a specific recipe to give y'all. I just kind of throw in what I have at the time. But it's like a deconstructed egg roll in a bowl without the breading and wrapper and all that. If you like cabbage, I think you'll love it. You can use ground meat, like sausage or whatever. I've got like kibasas from our pigs that I chopped up because we have a ton of them and put in there. But you could definitely just use ground meat too. So look that up. It's really good. There's not a lot to it as far as calories, and it's really filling. So, and I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to eat like something that big and that's all I get and then I'm just hungry. And this is something you can eat quite a bit of and there's not a lot to it. So we're going to have lunch and then I think I'm going to take y'all outside. Alright guys, I thought I'd just kind of take y'all around as we do chores and kind of give you an update on some of the animals and show you what all we got going on. So let's go. This feeding is like, I don't know, it's like fooling tricks on these animals every day because we got pigs over here, lame pan over there. They have to be fed. They're one of the first things to be fed. They've got to be one of the first things to be fed. Lane usually runs out there and does that, but he's with me today, so because if not, they'll go under and get in the chicken pen. And my chickens down here, if I don't hurry up, they'll go through this premier fence because it's not really on right now. So it's a big balancing act. I'm not gonna even lie. I fell over this fence more times than I can count this year since we've had it. I get tangled up and then I can hardly even get untangled. This is actually our front garden that they're in right now, so they're doing a little fertilizing. Alright, let's check their water. Oh, they're good. They've got quite a bit. All right, I'm gonna try to talk loud enough where y'all can hear me because we're on the highway and it's really windy here today. If you've watched this very long, you know it's pretty much windy here all the time, but it's really windy today. All right, so I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit. I'm out here by the sheep and I'm gonna show those to you in a minute. Let me just go ahead and show you right now. So in this pen right here, I hope y'all can hear me over this wind. I'm trying to talk loud and talk right into the mic. But we have got 7 ewes in this pen, and we've got a ram, and then we've got a billy goat, and we've got 2 mama goats, 2 nannies. So these sheep were our little lawn mowing experiment. Say hello. So if you were watching us back in the summer, you know that we used those sheep. We've only had them about a year, and we used them to mow our yard. So we are coming up on, in about 2 weeks, we should start having lambs. And we've got 7 ewes. So I'm hoping, sheep are pretty good to have twins. I'm hoping we have all twins. If we have all twins, all 7 of them have twins, and we can sell them for a decent price. It doesn't even have to be a crazy high price because we got a pretty good deal on buying them. And if you take into account all the feed we fed them for the last year and the Premier One fence we bought that we moved them around in, if we could have twins out of every one of them, we would pay for all of that. So going into this next season, when we rotate them around our yard and when they have lambs again next spring, that would all start being profit. So of course, minus what we would feed them over the course of the next year. But that's just me. I'm a numbers person. I like to figure out what we're spending on all these animals, and at some point, I mean, some of them we just get because we want, to be honest, and because they're fun and cute and all that. But at some point when we're raising, you know, a breed of animals, I like to sit down and put pen to paper and decide, are these really profitable? And for us, the sheep have really been profitable. Now, if we only have, like, say 7 lambs, if that's all they have is they all have one, we're not gonna have broke even yet on the fence and on the feed we've spent and all that. And so next year we'll have to make up some of that. But in all reality, the fences that we bought and stuff, we've used for other things. Those Premier One fences, if you don't have any, you need to look into that because they are awesome. And we're a little leery on how were they gonna be to set up and take down and all that. They were awesome. We learned a few little tricks here and there. It was easy. The kids and I did it pretty much by ourselves the whole summer, and we were moving sheep and chickens almost every day. So if you don't have any of those, you should look into them. But anyway, that's our little sheep operation. I'm hoping that's going to pay for itself here in the next few weeks. And one more thing I wanted to say about the sheep. I told you if they all have twins, we would break even and pay for everything. And that's considering we bought 3 rams that we fed for a year, and that would pay for 2 of those that were bought intended for food as well. So that's feeding additional sheep and feeding the ram that we're keeping for a breeder for a year. That's figured into that cost too. So if we can have 14 lambs, we've paid for all of that. So anyway, let's move on. What did Living Traditions call it? Nerdy chicken math? I guess that's you some nerdy sheep math.
And there's Miss Katie. She's just an absolute mess is what she is. Katie! We call her Cuckoo half the time because she is half cuckoo. And I know she's barking at the chicken, but if she gets a chance, all she'll do is lick them to death. She does not like people messing with their food, which I totally get that, so I can relate.
What are y'all up to?
Feeding. It was her.
What'd she do?
I don't know, anything bad, it was her.
Are you guilty?
No.
Alright, I'm not kidding y'all. It has been so gray and cloudy here for it seems like weeks, that now the sun is out and it's so glorious. It feels so good. I feel like I'm just like soaking in vitamin D. I'm about to go for a walk in a little while just to be outside longer. But it's almost like blinding. It's so bright out here because it's not been sunny in forever. It's like my eyes don't even know what that is. But let's go over here and look. I'm gonna give you a little perspective. I know y'all watch Roots and Refuge, some of you, and you know that they got the old spot pig from us that's gonna be a butcher pig. We have the rest of the litter mates here, so I'm going to give you a glimpse at those. They are going to be going to freezer camp the end of February, so I'm going to give you kind of an idea of how big they are now. And they've probably got, let's see, they've probably got almost 8 weeks to go. So let's go check them out. So I can't get them to look up at me. They're too busy eating, but you can see they're kind of standing in some mud by their trough. We have filled that in. We filled it in with shale. We actually dumped some Quickcrete in it. We're about to just fill it in with some concrete right there because they love to make a mud hole right there. We cannot figure it out. That is their spot that these we call them teenagers because they act just like kids. They kind of root around, tear stuff up, whereas the adult old spots we raise, they're pretty calm and they take care of our pasture pretty well. But these get their own pen. That is where we raise all our butcher pigs because they can make a mess. But I don't know why they like that mud hole there. That's just their desired spot and right in front of where they get fed. But I'm going to show you out there kind of what their pen looks like. They've got a big area. It's muddy right now, but they've got their own pond. It's a little pond, but Ben dug it. They had a tree, but the ice storm broke it over and it grew persimmons for them to eat. But anyway, they've got lots of room out there to waller around and root around, and it actually grows grass pretty good in the spring and summer. And they'll eat grass and they'll eat hay. You can see they've got bales of hay out there they like to lay up in and eat on. So anyway, let's move on.
And this is Mama and Daddy Pig. Everybody's first thing when they ever come to our farm is they're totally shocked how big our boar is. And he is a big boy. But he's gentle. He's nice.
See if I can pet him without him running off. He likes to be scratched. Our sow's actually more temperamental than the boar because she's, especially when she has piglets or she's about to, she gets a little temperamental. Guess that's just the mom in her.
What are you doing? I found you again.
Petting cat.
You want to be on camera? Look here, with your pretty eyeballs. Hey. She said, ooh, you smell like a pig.
All right, I'm going to kind of show y'all a close-up view of the quail. You've seen them before, but some of the ones we got from Jess over at Roots and Refuge, and she got them from Alchemist Farm. They're really cool looking. I want y'all to see them, and they're growing like crazy.
So Emily has claimed this one. It is very beautiful. Turn it sideways, Emily. Side view. It's very gray.
Silverish.
What color would you call it?
Silver.
Silver? All right, let's show some more cool ones.
Look.
Oh, that one's cool.
Look up. Under its neck is cool too.
So if you're looking for quail, check out Alchemist Farm because they've been really healthy and they're super cute. And I hope they're gonna lay good eggs. We've already eaten some quail. They're really good. I'd love to have some of y'all's favorite ways to cook them though, because I'm new to this quail cooking. So if you got a favorite way, leave it in the comments. And I'm gonna move on. Emily's gonna stay here and play with quail, I can guarantee you.
I left and Emily calls me. She wants to show you one more quail.
It's a girl.
All right, so I'm just being real with y'all. We've had a lot going on this week here on this homestead. We've had a dog with an eye infection, which I treated myself. It looks much better. We've had a cow with foot rot because, I mean, I'm not surprised at all with this outrageous amount of mud we've had. So we treated that ourselves successfully, thankfully. We have a vet that we work pretty closely with. That's always a good thing. We had a sheep start limping too and headed that off by trimming her up, cleaning her up really good, because that can get bad real fast, especially when you have a whole herd of sheep and goats. Oh, we battled that once this year where they all started limping, and that's a pain in the backside. So let's see what else. I think that's it. That's all the health problems with our animals this week. But this time of year, it seems like we always have a lot to deal with because everything's wet and it just seems to breed nastiness. And really, it's not that cold here. So warmish and wet is a bad combination. It just seems like it's breeding grounds in the mud for bacteria and junk like that. So anyway, well, thanks for coming along with me. This video probably won't actually be that long, but guess what? Our cows need hay again. And since I did such a good job the other day, Ben said, would you mind doing that again? Actually, he didn't say that. He spent all last night working on the tractor. The hood, or actually it's the roof of the tractor, needed to be replaced because a tree had fell on it. And everyone he talked to said, oh, I would not do that myself. But we really didn't have a choice because our tractor repairman kind of had some health problems and retired, and we just really don't have anyone to call. It's either fix it yourself or it's not getting fixed. And it was leaking and it had to be repaired. So he's been working on it, a couple different stints at it. He always takes Lane out there to help him. He's been really good. My calves are talking to me. He's been really good to teach Lane stuff like that as he does it, to kind of like having a shop class with your own personal teacher. I wish I had footage of it. He had Lane and Emily out there climbing all over a tractor, helping him replace parts and stuff, and Y'all have heard us mention Uncle Mike. He had him out there helping. But he's also been pretty good to teach Emily stuff. Emily's a girl that she knows how to take care of herself. He's taught her some things that generally people don't think to teach their daughters, and I'm sure y'all have too, and I think that's awesome because you never know when they're going to need those skills. I've not only taught Emily to cook, I've tried to teach Lane to cook because, I mean, boys need to know how to cook too. So, and I'm sure y'all have done the same thing, and I think that just is, I think that's just a good way to go about it. That way, when they get out in life, you never know what skills they're going to need. You never know what career path they're going to take. So, or if they're going to be on a homestead and stay-at-home mom and need some of these skills while their husband's at work. You never know. So, anyway, I'm going to go put out hay. The tractor's drivable, and I've got hay rings to move around and hay to put out and cows to make happy. So, we will catch y'all later. Thanks for spending a few minutes with us. I hope you watched the last video and that you're jumping on the healthy eating wagon with us, because we are full force ahead. And I was thinking about this when I was reading a lot of your comments, because you all left a lot of really nice and insightful comments. And you know, I thought about doing this a year ago. I was gonna do it, and we just didn't. We just didn't do it. But you know what? This past year went by anyway without me doing it. And if I'd have started a year ago when I wanted to, or even the year before that, or before that, I'd be now at the place that I want to be at. But that year went by anyway, even though I didn't do it. Here, a year has passed, and I'm not at the spot I want to be with my weight and my health. So just let that sink in. This next year is going to go by anyway. We can either use it and get where we want to be and be done with this, and then just figure out how to maintain it and stay that way and stay healthy, or it can go by and this time next year we'll still be at the same place we are today. So join us on that journey. Thanks for spending a few minutes with us. We treasure each and every one of you, and God bless.